wanted to figure out a way to help parishioners give money easily. I didn't know anything about Givelify. I went Googling for applications that people could use on their phone. It immediately was what I was looking for, the kind of application that didn't have the setup fees, didn't have the monthly fees. What it offered was an easy way for people to give money quickly. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about the app. It's the kind of thing that makes it so easy. And once you go through the process the first time of setting up an account and putting in your credit card, from that point on, if you make that church your home church, it comes up first thing. I mean, I don't think it gets any easier. I've just been waiting for something like this to happen. We've been using online giving, PayPal. You can go to our website, but it's enormously complicated. You have to take 3 or 4 minutes just to give something simple on our website with PayPal. And nobody was using it. That's the other thing. Nobody was going to the website and doing online giving. As soon as we announced Givelify, people started giving immediately. A colleague of mine invited a college student to be on their stewardship committee. She said, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. Let me tell you why I do not give to this church. You don't give me a way to give. I don't use checks. I don't carry cash. There is no way for me to give to this church." And of course, all the other parishioners on the committee sat there with their mouths open, wondering what are they going to do. I've been announcing it in church pretty much ever since I started. I just announced, well, I'm pulling out my phone and I'm using Givelify, and it's been catching on, especially with the younger people in their 30s and younger are gravitating to Givelify very quickly. It's a very natural thing for them. When I started talking about Givelify, the first question out of people's mouths were, well, what are their fees? For some people, it's a matter of principle that 100% of a donation should go to the church. We've got situations where people are not giving anything. And they're not giving anything because they don't have a way to do it. And so here comes a company that has produced a product that makes it possible for people to give in situations where they weren't normally giving. If you've got 10 people at coffee hour who would probably give $2, but aren't giving at all because they don't have any money in their wallet, if they all gave $2 and we ended up with, let's say, $15, it's still $15 we didn't have. And we are getting money that we wouldn't have gotten at all. That just strikes me as a natural win-win for everybody. When I created an account for Christ Church, I found the whole process extremely easy. We can set up ways for people to direct their giving. It's like you can create different envelopes. So we can create an offering envelope. We're installing a new sound system. Another great thing about the app is that you can create temporary categories that are date specific for events. So they show up when they need to show up, and then they disappear when they need to disappear. I discovered that I could transfer ownership of the account that I was creating, and I think that's absolutely important. In our denomination, clergy don't have access to that kind of information. So when I set up the account and I saw that I could do that, I'm like, oh, thank you. What I appreciated about it is that I could go ahead and give it I could kick the tires, and just set it up and use it myself to see how it worked before I tried to sell our governing board on it. There may be other churches and nonprofits, leaders of churches and nonprofits who might want to give Givelify a trial run just to see what it's all about, and then they can present it to their board and transfer ownership so that they don't have control of it. And that's really important for leaders of churches to know. I got to tell you, I have never had an experience where I have talked to human beings regarding an app having to do with anything. be it my phone, my computer, whatever. It's a new experience for me. I think maybe for most people, like I said, the one-on-one contact, now I have this sense of a relationship. It's just very exciting and meaningful to me to have this kind of contact with a company that's meeting our needs. And I can see right away the benefit that this can have for all nonprofits and churches. And so